All right. Yo, what up, King man? What's up, my man? We just chilling tonight. We just chilling. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this evening? Just a little hangout, nothing crazy. I figured it would be best to go a bit earlier, like try to get earlier in the evening, not to get too late into the evening before I started. Um, because people do have work and stuff like that. So I got to try to make sure I could get on time but not be on time. Y'all know how that go. Um, how's everything going with y'all? Shit. Um, it's oh, man, what a fucking country, huh? What a fucking country to live in. What a country to be in right now. This is the best place in the world, right? Shit. Imagine the fact that you are alienating the whole fucking world. The entire fucking world is being alienated right now. Either via tariffs, either via you threatening Greenland, or you're threatening to take over them. Like it's you know how insane that is. Oh yes, everybody prepare for this storm. That's what I think. Appreciate the heart me's. What's up, Southwest? What's up, Relleno? I was just like, y'all better prepare, man. They're saying this is actually gonna be pretty bad for a fucking winter fucking thing. Y'all in the South, if you know, look, I'll put it like this: if you in the South and you've never really experienced deep cold, like y'all have experienced deep cold before, but supposedly they're forecasting like a whole bunch of like ice in the South and shit like that. If there's inches of ice being announced, y'all need to make sure y'all have a fucking generator. Make sure y'all buy some fucking batteries. Make sure y'all have flashlights. Make sure if y'all have like, if y'all can, get yourselves one of those little portable fucking butane fucking little stoves. If you have a fucking Blackstone or some shit like that, make sure that tank is full. Cause the thing is if it gets bad, people ain't gonna have electricity. You gonna need you gonna need some shit. Cobra reaching level 9. How do you celebrate that? That's the first time I could actually do that. I didn't know you could do that. I can't even do that on my regular thing. I've been wondering how people get that shit on there. Like that they celebrate the level that you get on. I've never seen that shit happen. Now I finally know. It's like that's the thing. You could do that on your phone, you can't do it there, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta make sure y'all preparing because this they're saying this is gonna be pretty bad. So if it's gonna be pretty bad, sometimes you gotta believe it, sometimes you don't. But all the forecasts, it already shows it's gonna be cold as fuck. There's no possibility of that. It already shows it's gonna be cold as fuck. So whatever it is y'all prepared for, or you haven't prepared for, or if y'all never done this before, or if y'all never fucking dealt with the cold, this is one of the things that I suggest you don't fuck around and find out. Everybody, a lot of saying, because the thing is the weather has been kind of off, but this kind of phrasing, most people never dealt with this kind of phrasing. If you don't like, I dealt with this shit in the military. Fucking the lowest we've been doing training like in negative temperature out in the field. It happens. So you get used to it and you prepare for the shit. So now when they tell you, oh, it's gonna be freezing cold, you have preparations already set. I was like, does it happen all the time? No, it's not always that it's gonna be a massive and very negative snowstorm and stuff, but when everybody's saying it's gonna be bad, just take the simple precautions. Find making sure you have. I think the biggest thing for most people is make sure you have a heated source, something that can provide you heat if you don't have electricity. That I think is the biggest thing. Make sure you have some sort of heat that you can heat yourself with. If you got a fireplace, make sure you got firewood for it. If you got anything, make sure you have a heating source, because that's the worst thing you get that could happen is it's fucking freezing cold and you just relying on blankets. That shit ain't gonna cut it. But it's whatever. Just prepare yourself that way. That's the best I could say. I'm not gonna give any other advice to that. Everybody else, appreciate that, Jason. I'll be good. It's just all these people. Cause look, the one thing I learned is the people in the South don't know what snow is. They barely see the cold. So I know these people ain't prepared for none of this shit. I remember when it happened. When Ted Cruz went to Cancun. Y'all remember when Ted Cruz went to Cancun? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember? I know y'all remember when Ted Cruz went to Cancun. Most of Texas had no idea what the fuck was going on. Texas didn't have any idea on how to deal with it. When they were out without power for a couple of people was just like losing their shit. And the thing is when you have something like that, yeah. And it was just like when you have something like that, people need to realize it's just like younger people don't really have that problem. But if you an older person, this is where you got to watch out for those old people, for those boomers, if you care to pay attention to them. I'm not saying you have to, but the boomers are the ones that's going to go through a lot of shit. And the boomers is going to experience this cold. They're going to experience this shit. So it's just like, that's what you got to make sure you pay attention to. Because if there's a whole bunch of snow and that, yeah, they don't build them to insulate from the cold because it's fucking deep in Texas. So they ain't concerned with that. But for those older folks that's going to be in this cold ass weather, remember that shit hits their bones a lot easier than it does somebody that got some mass on them and some youngness to move around and heat up. Them old folk ain't going to be dealing with this shit the same way. So you got to make sure you're taking care of those old folk. Because those old folk is just like, that's the same thing I do here. When it snows here, I try to help out in the neighborhood, even though my back basically gives out by the fucking end of it. But I try to shovel the driveways of these people in case they need a move or in case they need something. At least do that. Just check on them, especially if y'all lose fucking power. That's the one thing. If power gets lost in any of these locations, that's where you gotta go and make sure and check on those older families, people that got kids and stuff like that. Just check to make sure they good. They got some heat source. They got a way of keeping the kids warm and stuff like that. That's the whole thing with that. That's the biggest issue because a lot of people don't prep for that. A lot of people don't prep for extreme cold when they've been living in a hot environment the whole time. That's like when I was in Hawaii. It dropped to 60 degrees and motherfuckers had bubble coats on. I'm the only one in shorts and shit, and people looking at me like I'm the weird one. So, because you're going to have all these people that's going to be like, oh, no, we're not. We, we don't believe it's going to be cold. You know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It's going to be the same people. Oh my God. It's it's not gonna be that cold. We don't need anything. And next thing you know, that the first one's crying like, "Oh my God, my house don't have electricity. I don't know how to heat my shit up." That's your fault. You've gotten this in advance, and I'm not saying you got to go out your way to buy some like. Don't be that fool that thinks I've been wearing Uggs since Saturday in Florida. That's a lot. That's saying something. In Florida, when you got heavy equipment clothing, that's a whole different lord. That's a lot of something there going on. It's like, nah. It's been cold this past week. Most people leave that. That's the thing. You know what I think it is? I think that the earth is shifting. That's what I think. I think the Earth is shifting. It's not that the I don't think it's global warming. I don't think it's global warming. I think the Earth is shifting. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Ooh, what we got? We got the Rams and the Seahawks, and then you got who the fuck is on the other side again? I forget. I don't even know, but the West Coast is basically in it on the way. They're looking like a West Coast fucking Super Bowl. What's up, Pedro? Looking like a West Coast Super Bowl. Patriots and Broncos. Hmm. It's gonna be the Patriots, cause didn't the Broncos just lose their starting QB? The Broncos just lost their starting QB. Was it he broke his ankle or some shit? That's not something you just. That's not something you recover from the week before the fucking conference championship. And then the guy, because the thing is if you would have told me that the Broncos had like a backup that had some playtime behind them, but the dude I think only has what 4 starts. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We saw the same thing happen with Tom Brady. Tom Brady barely got no starts, and then from there he went on a tear, and he never gave up the job. So there could be a possibility there too. We've seen it before. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but there's a possibility of it. There's a possibility. We saw the Tom Brady story. Well, I'm old enough to say I saw Tom Brady take over and never give up the fucking spot again. So it is a possibility. That's the best part about it. You got Green Day. You pick Green Day. Jay Z trying to fuck with people. Jay Z's trying to say fuck you to this administration without saying fuck you to this administration. You know they're gonna play American Idiot. You know they're gonna play it. You you know they're gonna play it. You know they're gonna play American Idiot. You just it. Come on now. Let's be serious now. Let's be serious now. Yes, Green Day is the opening act. They just announced it like a couple of days ago. I think it was like 2 days ago or something. They announced it. Green Day is performing the opening, and then Bad Bunny got the Super Bowl, the halftime show. So that should be interesting within itself. So we'll see how that goes. That should be an interesting. It's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. I just want to see. I want to see the fucking the alternate Super Bowl perform. Yo, who the fuck is gonna watch that? Oh, it's Jay Z's last time. That's why Jay Z's been doing this shit the whole time. But what people don't understand is that Jay Z don't care about MAGA. Jay Z don't care about MAGA. Jay Z wants to bring the most people he can to watch the Super Bowl. He don't give a fuck about MAGA. Jay Z's never cared about MAGA. Jay Z wants to make sure he can bring whatever attention he can to the Super Bowl for people to watch the Super Bowl. That's it. The NFL don't care about MAGA either. Because if the NFL really cared, they wouldn't have decided on Bad Bunny, knowing that MAGA would not do. Look. The reason the NFL doesn't care about MAGA, the reason no sports association cares about MAGA is because of the fact that they're still gonna watch. MAGA will say all the shit they want. They still gonna watch the game. Remember when they weren't gonna watch because Colin Kaepernick was kneeling? You remember that? How much viewership went down during that time period? Oh, none, right? Exactly. They don't care. They know MAGA's gonna show up regardless. They just figure, you know what? We know MAGA's gonna watch this game regardless. If we put the Patriots, the team that people have been rooting for that ain't nowhere living near New England, if we put the Patriots in there, people are gonna watch. If you have, let's see, you got the Rams or the Seahawks. That one is more likely the Rams. You got the LA crowd watching. You're gonna have people watching regardless. Colin Kaepernick was there and people didn't want to fucking watch the game because he was supposedly kneeling and everybody kept watching the football games. You didn't see the San Francisco 49ers fucking plummet in fucking sales? They know they're going to show up, but how do you get more people to show up? How do you get more? You bring the highest played fucking person in the world. That's the easiest way to go about it. You get the highest paid person, highest played person in the world with the most streams. You know why? Because the thing is if you Spanish, chances are you watching football or soccer, which is the world's biggest game. You're not watching American football like that. But if you bring the Spanish community, the worldwide community, because the thing is he's known all over the fucking world. That's the difference between Bad Bunny and. When's the last time you heard Kid Rock do a world tour? When's the last time you heard Kid Rock do a world tour? What's up, Dez? It was like, when's the last time you heard Kid Rock do a world tour? That sold out everywhere. When was the last time you heard Nelly or Ludacris do world tours like that and sell the way they sell? Ain't none of those people compared to fucking Bad Bunny. No matter how much you want to do shit, Bad Bunny's doing movies too. Ludacris did his shit. He made a couple of good albums, cut his hair, made some trash ass Fast and the Furious movies, and then what? Now he wants to go on tour with Kid Rock and Nelly? Come on, man. How many fucking sales has Kid Rock amassed over his career? Like, yeah, Ludacris pulled out because he got all the shit from everybody. Everybody was giving him shit for it. But I'm just being straight up with y'all. It is what it is. I'm not. It's not on me. It's just that's what it is. You don't have that. It was like the NFL don't care about that. The NFL is just trying to make money. They don't care about what MAGA has to say, what anybody else has to say. It's just like they trying to make money, and they know they will make more money if they get more people to watch. Why? Because they already know MAGA's gonna watch. MAGA is not gonna be like, look. That's the thing you got to remember. Truth. Luda's not gonna get the bag. Luda was gonna get the bag, and that was probably gonna be the last bag. Remember when it was J Lo and bro, the last couple of fucking. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna look it up real quick before I spill this juice. The last one, like, it was like you've had people that got attention. You didn't have people. You haven't had a country fucking person minimum in the past 5 years. Who the fuck was gonna headline them that was country? From like, come on now. You had Usher, Alicia Keys, Lil Jon, Ludacris, will.i.am. You had Rihanna. You had Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem. You had Kendrick Lamar. You had 50 Cent, Anderson .Paak. You had The Weeknd. You had Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Bad Bunny, and J Balvin. So Bad Bunny's already done this before. And if MAGA didn't realize that, Bad Bunny performed in 2020 along with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. The Weeknd was 2021. So imagine that. Bad Bunny's already performed at the Super Bowl. He wasn't the main attraction, but he was already there. When it was the two females. Yeah, and the ratings were good too. So it's just like, come on now. They come up with anything to try to make it an excuse. It's like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. You don't have to know a Bad Bunny song. You don't. You don't have to know a Bad Bunny song. You're going to hear something and something's going to sound familiar because you've heard them before. You probably never took the point. Most people never took the point to actually go out and listen to certain artists. But once you hear certain songs that he's probably going to play, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I have heard this. This dude has been playing the past couple of years legit nonstop. You've heard him. You probably didn't know it was him or you didn't pay attention to him, but you know, you probably heard Bad Bunny before. You've definitely heard Bad Bunny before. You're going to hear something and it's going to be like, oh, I have heard. Oh, shit, I didn't even know it was him. I didn't even see Happy Gilmore, but he was in there too. He's the caddy. The caddy for fucking Gilmore, he's the caddy. That's Bad Bunny. Most people, and the thing is MAGA don't even realize that. It was just like, y'all seen Bad Bunny before. Y'all just didn't know who he was because y'all didn't pay attention to him. Y'all have seen Bad Bunny before. He's not a person that's been hiding. And Bad Bunny's been around for some time. Bad Bunny's been around for some time. Oh yeah, and Cardi B's performing too. I forgot about that. I think it's going to be the Patriots against the Rams. I think it's going to be Patriots against the Rams. Yeah, because they anti-American. Like, that's the dumbest shit ever, man. Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck y'all come up with this stupidity? Some of these people just want to hate just to hate, bro. And it's wild. It's just like, you just want to be a hater to be a hater? That's cool. Yo, do y'all know how to put fucking shit on fucking, like on the background of TikTok so I could put like my fucking at on YouTube or some shit. Cause I always see other people doing this shit. I've never known how to do it on my phone. I've always done this on my thing. I'm trying to make sure people see and know that I'm on YouTube also. Cause most people don't see that. Oh, see, I know I could do this now. I seen this for the first time. The when you reach a new level that you could generate a thing, you could celebrate it or some shit. Some new shit. Oh, fucking no. I usually don't do this off my phone, so I'm trying to get more acclimated with it. What up, Gina? My press secretary has entered the building. Oh, oh damn. All right, no news today, y'all. She ain't got no announcements for anybody today. No announcement. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I was trying to I was trying to go with a cool and relaxed look for the night, just to try to hang out and not be too argumentative tonight. And it's not a if, Gina. It's not a if. You've already got the position. I just need a win. That's it. At this point, you think we're gonna be at the office? All this work from the fucking office shit is gone. Soon as I come in, hey, you work where the fuck you working from. You get the shit done, you get paid. You don't do the shit, you don't get paid. That's simple. That might take some time, but we gonna get there. You ain't even gonna have to worry about your check. Put it like that. Everybody gonna be good. Mm. That one, that one, y'all gonna have to protect me because I'm gonna make a lot of enemies with those fixes. But yeah, exactly, Pedro. What you think? You think I'm gonna be? You think I'm gonna be sitting in this boring ass White House the whole time if I become president? I'm going everywhere that it's warm. I'm gonna be Ted Cruz. I, I'm gonna be Ted Cruz. I'm gonna be in Cancun. Hell no, I ain't gonna stay. My ass ain't staying here. My ass is gonna move to Hawaii or some shit. Be on the beach. Your press conference is gonna be on the beach. Ooh, yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Oh, dang. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Listen, everybody is like that's the thing. Everybody, the craziest thing was it was just like the economy sucked because people didn't like the corporations got mad at the fact that everybody was doing better. That's what it was. Because everybody was happier when you were working from home. Everybody was happier. You didn't have the stress of having to wake up earlier, having to go to fucking work, get in the car. If you in a cold place, you ain't have to worry about fucking, oh shit, I gotta heat up the car, wake up earlier. That's what I'm saying. And that's what people don't fucking understand. That saves money, makes it easier on people. It makes people I think it actually makes people healthier. Third one. Oh. I just got put on another like blood pressure medication on, on top of the one I already have. Propol something, propol something. It's like a it's like a I don't know. I was like I guess I was like having like little palpitations or something. I don't- Yeah, they were telling me I was probably that was going to be the next move that they put that on me. How long is it that you have to have it? Yeah. That's what they were telling me basically. And I was like, yeah. Does my heart skip a beat? I don't think it does. But I was definitely yeah, I've been yeah. That's what I started dealing with randomly. That shit came out of fucking nowhere. So that's why they were just like they put me on this med to see if it's working. Um, I have to start taking my blood pressure again, to see how it is. But what was that? Mm, no, it starts with a P. So it's not like I have the blood pressure medication, and it's like another thing because I guess or that that. That's what my next step is, I believe. They're gonna see if this medication works. If the medication works, I'll be okay with it. If not, they're gonna throw that heart monitor on me to see. Cause it was just weird. I was just like all of a sudden randomly, it was just like You know when you can hear, like you can feel your heart different. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's yeah.
Yeah, see, I got diagnosed with it, and then I went for a good 2 years without having much of anything going on. And for the last 6, 7 months, I've been to the ER 7 times
Oh shit.
for my heart
Damn.
and my blood pressure. So
My blood pressure has skyrocketed. So that's the only thing. But besides that, it's just I'm just gonna see how this medication goes, and that's why it's just like I've been trying to. Yeah, y'all probably seen I've calmed down a bit talking to these idiots because that probably is part of it. Um,
that's part of it.
so I've tried to relax a bit more and not get with these idiots, but it is what it is. If
I
if
get it.
if something does happen to me, just
I'm
that's when I'll allow y'all to donate to me. That's when I'll allow the donations.
finally, the biggest and I have joke that we're going to get to a lavender marriage. I need you to find me somebody that another 100% vet. I actually want to get married for love. I
I,
don't.
I,
I just need another 100%.
shit. Oh, Gina, question I have for you. Did they actually put out a date for when all these supposed fucking changes was happening?
No, they ain't
I
put
thought
shit
that
out.
much. I thought that much.
They ain't put shit out.
Because it's always these, because I pay attention sometimes to these other content creators on YouTube that make all these videos on it and stuff, and
Yeah,
they're always gaslighting the shit out of people.
yeah, there ain't. So
That's why I was like,
the guy that TV says, as much as I dislike he is a orange man, good person.
oh shit.
Um, but if he's still a congressional liaison, and if there was something going on, he would fucking tell me.
He would tell. Okay.
He would tell me.
Okay. No, yeah, because because I seen a video, like a video popped up on my feed, and it was like one of the people from YouTube that I guess he tried to make a video on TikTok, and I seen this shit, and I was just like, oh, the dates for the changes are there, and I was just like, I haven't
No, they're not.
seen anything, and I was just like, this dude be gaslighting, but that's how they be getting people on fucking, they get their
It's clickbait.
fucking right wing clickbait people, and I was just like,
Yeah,
the thing is I started realizing I think I got to become a bit more ignorant, not ignorant, ignorant,
yeah, I know.
and I think I've become more popular.
So there was a girl on not the other morning that she was looks like she's fresh out, like fresh out of like 4 years. Which nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging her on that. But it was kind of like to ask me anything, and she's sitting there telling people, oh well, if you get 70% for PTSD or mental health, you're automatically TDIU. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, I think she popped up on my live on one of like when I was scrolling. Is it a black girl?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen her. I seen the live. I didn't stay in there for too long,
No.
but I seen it. I was just like,
And I literally requested it, but I'm like, you are wrong on that. It is not automatic. I promise you. It is not automatic. No, numerous writers that I go on lives with every 2 days, 3 days a week now. I promise you that is not correct.
Pedro, I didn't notice her name. I just seen her scrolling and I saw it and I saw the prompt because she has it. Like I said, most people have it like in the background, and I'm still trying to figure out. It's like, how the fuck do you put that shit in your background?
Usually green screen.
Oh, green screen. Okay, that makes sense then. I was just like, cause I'm like, people be putting stuff up there, and I'm just like, how the fuck do they do that on their phone? Cause on my computer I was able to do it, but I took TikTok off my computer.
But yeah, and when I went up and told her she was wrong, she was like, well, you and heard a bunch of people in the chat, well, you just want to be right. And then they booted me and blocked me. I'm like, all right, I don't care.
Cause that's the thing. That's the that's the
I'm just
biggest
trying to
problem
make
that
sure
we
you're giving
have.
out. I'm
The
just trying to make sure you're giving out appropriate information.
But that's the biggest problem that we have, though. We have a lot of vets that think that because their situation happened that way, that's the way it is. And it's like, no, there's regulations and there's manuals and there's stuff that goes over this stuff. You just want to give people information off of what they got. And then the thing is it's basically, like I said, it's being ignorant for the clickbait.
Yep.
If I were to do that with the knowledge I have, shit, you would have do that with the knowledge you have, or DV6 would have do that, shit, we'd be multi-billionaires right now.
I mean, well, hell, Nick is doing damn good. Nick makes it. He's bringing a lot of the work he's currently working.
But like you said, he's also an Orange Man affiliate.
Yes.
That that's the that's the ignorant part.
That's the only part I don't like about
That's the that's it right there. That is it right there. That ignorant part is what attracts a bunch of the more ignorant people that want to listen to it, and that's how it keeps on growing. That's the
it.
biggest
That's
thing.
very cool. The thing about Nick is, and that's one of the things that we do not discuss. Politics are not allowed to.
Yeah, I I, I understand why. Because the thing is that's the one thing I've noticed with the YouTube thing. I try to keep it away from politics because of the fact that you're gonna alienate some people that might watch your videos just because you don't agree with their politics. At this point, though, I just don't give a fuck. So,
I mean,
because I've thought of doing these lives off of that channel because that channel's monetized on YouTube. The one I do these on is not. So, because I know there's enough veterans that aren't right wing, but just because you're right wing, I'm still gonna
oh,
help
I
you,
know.
so it don't matter. So that's a.
And that's the thing with me too, and that's why what I do is help get. Like I said, don't necessarily agree with politics.
But as a veteran, I'm just gonna help you out because you're a veteran. That's the biggest thing with me.
Yeah.
Besides that,
And here's the thing, I actually did use a lot of his information to take myself from my 70 to my 100.
nice.
And I didn't have to fucking pay for any of it.
And that's what I'm trying to get people to realize that a lot of these, like if you see on YouTube, it's like there's the info guy, like I forget their fucking names, but they always fucking gaslight people, and that's what always pisses me off about them. It's just like, oh, these changes are coming soon. You should make sure to file now. It's like, bro, they've been talking about this for 3 years now.
Play with fucking government.
Ain't nothing happened yet, and you gaslighting people. Why? Because you have somebody that'll help you write a Nexus letter.
Yeah,
So
I
you,
mean, we've gone to 3 nights a week. We do Wednesday nights from 6 until we're done, Friday nights from 6 until we're done, and Sunday afternoons from 4 until we're done.
that's what I'm trying to. I'm just trying to set up a schedule. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to do. That's the thing I've
Yeah,
been lazy
he
on.
is, we got so many, who should I use? Who should I use? For people in the room, he did a bunch of research and he's now working for a company,
Oh,
but,
okay.
which I'm not going to blame him. Hey, man's got to make, man's got to make, what he's got to make. He's got to pay the books. Now, one of the things that I am going to do I'm going to do a medical retirement from the VA, and I am going to create a consulting business with
If
and
you need any assistance with the startup and like any,
I will.
just ask. You know, you all you got to do is ask me.
I know, but essentially, I'm going to create a consulting service helping people. We all know that fucking get through BHA and community care and dealing with that. I don't want to get rich by any means, but
No,
I'm
it's
trying to
not.
keep
Is
my family
it's
afloat.
not. It's not about. And that's what people fail to realize. It's just like there's people that do it to get rich, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
people that do it because they actually want to help veterans. The problem is that those ignorant ones are the ones that just trying to get rich, and they're the ones that get the bigger attention. Unfortunately,
I know. But
that's
I don't want to make a shit ton of money, but I want to make my bills, get my daughter. She's actually going to Drury University in Springfield next year,
Okay.
which is actually where I graduated from college from.
Nice. They don't have like a legacy program.
I do, but I mean she has a legacy, but and that does give her, but it's still a small private school.
It's still okay.
It's a small private school. Like think, and this given this was 20 years ago when I graduated, but my biggest class was 29 people.
Oh, okay.
That's how small it is.
Got it. Shit, my schools is fucking.
If you ever get bored, just Google Drury
Yo, all Gina, all you gotta do is send your kid to another. Oh damn, but she don't get the. You gotta go back to school. Go to New York. I ain't say you gotta live up there. The school gotta be there. You just gotta be able to make it to those classes. Just have one day that you have class in New York City, and then you fly back home to Arkansas.
So I actually was talking with a guy the other day, and he and a bunch of guys actually the highest stuff for going back to school. That stipend is apparently San Diego, or fairly I'm sure is fairly close to New York. And they
Yeah.
have, and there's a university that out there that they go to get him and a bunch of his friends that are all vets go to,
Mm-hmm.
and they do a class like one day a month.
They also have in San Diego. They have a the fuck is the organization? I forget. I still have to contact them. It's like a veteran sailing organization.
Okay, we have stuff down here where they teach how to fly fish.
No, so they teach you how to sail over there. They teach you so you set it up. Oh, what the fuck was it? Hold on. Oh, it's on my phone. Um, but it's like veteran sailing or something like that. Cause I was gaming and I ran into cause the thing is I have my vet aware project tag when I game. And I've played with the person before and it was just like, hey man, I've noticed this. I checked out your website and stuff like that. And we do this. He's part of the team. He's part of one of the teams. So basically when you sign up for it, it's a nonprofit that you sign up and they help veterans again, like, you know, if veterans haven't been working as a team, they make you work as a team, but they teach you how to sail a boat and you sail boats.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that shit, that was one of the coolest nonprofits. One of the few that I found that I was just like crazy. Twan, why you say that? Well, why you say I was right about Dean and Johnny?
Not something I can do anymore.
Yeah, I don't think because the thing is, it's more to have it a team. But the thing is if you show up and you're a vet, I don't think even if you can't physically do the stuff, I still think you can partake in the sailing.
Yeah,
So that was cool. That was one of the things I saw in San Diego. I was just like, oh, I lived there for a couple of years. I was just like, I kind of know the stuff, but it was just like that's why I made that video because I was just like, I'm trying to find more nonprofits like that. Cause I know the fucking DAV, I know fucking American Legion, those. It was just like those are the big name ones. I want to find the little small ones that other veterans have made. They just ain't right. They all about the money. I told you that, Twan. He's bro. I've said that with Dean Harris and all these. All they are is grifters. If you want to follow somebody that's really about that life, who is King Triv? Who is King Triv? That dude will make fucking he'll give you the news. If you don't know, he was on Fox News because he was cursing out one of the fucking right wing dudes that was there trying to talk shit. He even made it onto Fox News and he made a video. I was just like, I don't know who that guy is. It's funny as fuck though. Yeah, Triv was in Minneapolis. So was Johnny. Johnny flew over there to fucking. What happened? Yeah, but he's doing is grifting and just making and bullshitting about it. That's the thing. These people have the thing. They're smart. That's what I said about Dean. Dean actually stopped in my lives a couple of times, which I found crazy. And then it was just like I blocked him because I was just like I realized it's just like I started listening to him a couple of times. It's like, yo, these are some points I fucking said. I was just like, ain't nobody say the shit I say. So for somebody else to be saying the stuff, it was just like, bro, you didn't come up with this by yourself. You heard this from me. And then you just gonna try to use it as your talking point. I was like, nah, fuck that. And then it was just like, nah, y'all just grifters. Y'all just doing this because y'all want attention. Y'all want money. Y'all want people to donate to you. I do this because I really dislike the shit that's going on.
Amen.
It's not because I'm trying to make money. Have you heard of Casso? No, I have not heard of Casso Southwest. I like I've like since I've noticed that TikTok has been basically suppressing me, I'm not really on this site like that anymore. I'm not really on here like that. It's just like you'll see I'll make that video once and I got monetized and all my videos only make like 300 views. And I was like, the shit I'm coming up with and the shit I talk about is shit that if somebody pays attention, like the last video I just made of the hypocrisy of MAGA fucking not wanting and allowing the Supreme Court to say that they can discriminate on people at a business, but then they mad when ICE gets discriminated upon. Yeah, no, they Twan, that's what I've said that from the get. The thing is they repeat the same stuff, but it's just like you can only argue with a fucking wall for so long. These people have been arguing against a wall for fucking a whole year. And they just continue. That's why I said a lot of the, like, I'm starting to realize that some of the people that they have as guests are people they probably know. When Dean made that one where it was the one dude that was talking about him being a pedophile and all this and supporting pedophiles, it was just like, ain't no pedophile coming out in the fucking open and saying that shit boldly like that dude did. None. And you had him on Dean's fucking channel saying that. And then he made sure to make, like, come on, bro. It's just like, y'all just trying to do that. Like fucking at least King. The reason I fuck with who is King Triv is because this dude was in Minneapolis doing all the shit he did. And what did he do? This man went to associations and organizations in Minnesota to get information to help the people that were going and doing all this stuff.
Did you see the? It was on the news. It's also been on TikTok. An older Vietnam vet in the fur coat. I love Ron. It's fucking amazing.
Dude in the chinchilla talk about fuck you, fuck what you stand for.
And he drives an orange brand new Corvette.
Oh, he does all shit. That part I didn't see, but when I saw that video, I was like, holy shit, this dude is in a fucking the fur coat talking about fuck you, what you stand for. Oh, he did. Oh,
He was on here.
that's what it is. It's like a lot of people doing that. Y'all gonna see me most likely. What y'all gonna see me is when these motherfuckers show up to Kansas. That's when y'all gonna probably see me out in the street.
Here's the thing. I would love to be out in the street, but I fucking can't physically do it.
I physically can, but I know I'm gonna physically be deterred, and y'all know what I mean.
No, for me, it's like right now, I'm in the middle of this fucking RA flare. I can
Mm.
barely walk some days. I literally have I keep a walker in the back of my car. I've got a cane behind my desk. And I'm only
Sucks.
53 fucking years old.
That shit fucking sucks. That's the. That's what I'm saying, man. People don't understand what fucking veterans are. Yeah, I'm in Kansas. Why? You trying to take me out on a date? Trying to buy me lunch? I know Gina buy me lunch. You trying to? Because everybody's surprised. They be like, "You're in Kansas." I was like, "You don't sound like you're from Kansas." No, I'm still here. It was just like my wife's family's from here. That's where they at. I'll join you in protesting. That's cool. I was like, that's the thing. I was just like, I'm still here because the thing is I'm not concerned about it. Twan, anybody that's on here, look, the reason I say that people are grifters, the easiest way to tell is like, look, if they announce in a fucking PayPal, their fucking Venmo, their Cash App every fucking 15 minutes, bro, you ain't about fucking actually making change. You about making money. Now, I'm not mad at you because people gonna be ignorant and follow you, and you've gotten that fucking repertoire and that fucking reputation because you are knowledgeable. But at the same time, all you doing it is for is to make money off of it. You're not really trying to make change. Because the thing is that same intelligence that these young kids have, they can use to actually influence the fucking future of this country.
Yep.
That's simple. Because Dean has like what, over a million, like almost like a million followers?
Yeah, I was scrolling through like this afternoon, and he had like 21,000 people in his live.
These people be having thousands of people in their lives. And instead of fucking arguing with the stupidity, you can use that as talking points to fucking actually educate the people that follow you. Because the thing is he has that younger demographic. My demographic isn't the fucking 18 through fucking 20 something year olds. Those
Your
people don't get
demographic
put.
is my demographic.
Yeah. I get the people like you in your 30s and up. That's my demographic. 30s and up is my demographic. I don't get anybody below that. And if they do, it's because they randomly stop by. I just get older people. But the thing is like, bro, if you already old enough that you don't understand this shit, it don't matter. You ain't gonna change at this point.
They'll be picking on the old people from dating for what you do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I realized. And that's why it's just like, because you mean to tell me with all the people on TikTok, you only push me to this demographic. The people that I need to be reaching out to and speaking to, I don't get pushed to. Because they know I would be a major influence on them because of the fact that I'm not going to bullshit them. I'm going to tell them the truth. And the thing is that's the problem with the younger generation right now is that they don't get this information because the young generation don't know it. Dean don't know about nothing that happened in the 1980s.
Sadly, a lot of them are listening to their fucking MAGA parents.
And that's the thing. Most people don't realize that. It was just like the younger generation is a generation that needs to get this information. But the thing is TikTok is making sure to push out Dean, Harris, all these people to this younger generation because they want you to dislike somebody just because of the political view. I don't dislike you because of your political view. I don't dislike MAGA because I dislike them. I dislike them when they're fucking racist. I disagree with you when you want to do something that doesn't fucking protect kids.
I also dislike them when they're fucking misogynistic as well.
That too. And that's what they want to push because they want to make it seem like it's okay to just talk shit to them and not like them. Because at the end of the day, you still have to have a conversation with these people because they're still part of the country. But if you're a racist, I'm going to just cut you off. But if you just unaware, I have the ability to talk to you and just realize the information that's going on here. Because that's when I knew Dean was fucking watching me. Because it was just like, bro, if you talking about Reaganomics and all this shit and you talking about Bill Clinton, bro, you wasn't even born.
No.
The examples I give are specific to the knowledge I witnessed. And you giving these examples, I was like, that's kind of questionable on that. I was just like, this is 40 years of fucking knowledge that has just been crammed into my brain that is finally fucking useful. Ain't no way you as a fucking 21-year-old knew what the fuck happened. You weren't even born when fucking the Twin Towers got hit.
Now, I have to say, Pedro, if 100% we can talk, you want me
And that's the thing. It was just like that's why I was just like I started noticing that because it's just like that's the thing. With a lot of them, they gain knowledge. Some of these they're smart kids, don't get me wrong. but they're watching other people. They're paying attention to other people to get to get more information. Because the thing is the information that they're using is not viable to them because those specifics, unless you knew exactly what you were looking up, you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have paid attention and known that fucking Bill Clinton, you would have known that Bill Clinton did a surplus, but you wouldn't have known the specifics of what he did to get that surplus. You wouldn't have known the specifics. You wouldn't have seen what happened because you wouldn't have researched that far. You would have just known Bill Clinton had us in a surplus. You wouldn't have known that he actually did research for 6 months before he started firing and early retiring people.
I was one of those rich people.
If you're not old enough, you wouldn't know that. No, Tuan, they know stuff because they can easily. The thing is also the one thing you got to realize with these people is you got to realize that these people have backup. Dean ain't doing this by himself. Harris ain't doing this by himself. Santana ain't none of these people are doing them by themselves. They have a secondary person. Why you think, like, put it like this? Why you think they're always like taking their time and stuff like that? Because somebody else is finding information to feed them. You notice with me, I don't give people the time to fucking talk. I cut you off as soon as you say some dumb shit. I'm on your head. I ain't wasting no time. I'm not giving you the time to keep on being ignorant. I'm cutting you off. These people will wait because somebody else is feeding them information and they get that information and that's how they go off of it. These people probably got a subscription to Chat GPT, and as when they hear it, you see them typing. When was the last time you ever seen me have a secondary person arguing with another person?
Nobody. Nah, I mean, I'll occasionally come up, but that's because I got the fucking knowledge.
But but that's the thing. The thing is that you notice I don't have a secondary person in the background that is always arguing with me because this is just knowledge off the top of my head. This is information that I actually know because I've actually looked into it and I lived through it. It's not information that somebody has to look up and then you notice how sometimes it's like a 2-on-1. I don't do a 2-on-1. I was just like, you ain't gonna lose that way when you have somebody looking at. I never had a secondary because I don't need a secondary. I'm 40 years old, but I'm also educated and I've gone through this. I've seen these things and I've paid attention to them since I was younger. This isn't something that isn't just brand new to me, but with these people, they always come with the same thing. It's always the same instance of, oh, I have somebody here or something else. I was like, look, you can tell these people's the grifters because they have their secondary channel as a guest. The only time I did that was when I had my veteran page up so that people would follow it. That's it. These people have it so that they can make money so that their guest account makes money and then they make money on the side too. So they making double the money because if you're donating to the secondary, they still making that money because it's going to the same account. Ain't nobody paying attention to politics in their youth, Pedro. Ain't nobody doing that. Everybody trying to get some ass. I said it. Ain't nobody worrying about politics. Everybody trying to when am I gonna get laid again? That's it.
Now, I have to say, I think I'm raising my daughter correctly. She turns 18 this summer, and she will be able to get her voter registration done and vote in the midterms.
Okay, good, good. That's
We're
good.
already looking forward to getting her registration done so she can vote in the midterms.
But see,
Yeah,
and
and yes, I have raised her properly.
yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing with our generation is realizing that the previous generation didn't. Our parents weren't paying attention to make sure we knew about politics.
And the hilarious part for me, so my mother, I remember very well, my mother was a union member, Libertarian, Democrat, my whole fucking life. Because guess what?
Till when?
Until 2008.
This is it's people not realizing that, but that's the thing that's what it is. With me, I didn't have that. My parents were they they immigrated over here. They citizens now. They all retired, but they weren't concerned with politics. They were concerned with making sure fucking Cruz had money to have shoes on his feet, had clothes on his feet, and make it to what he do. Nah, no Brugal. This is Mama Juana. You don't know what that is. It's a Dominican. Food was on the table, clothes was on your back. That was the concern of most Hispanics when they came over here. They ain't give a fuck about who was president of. They that wasn't a concern who the president was. It was just like, bro, I got to make sure this kid is okay. This kid is actually. I need to make sure this kid makes it somewhere. And thanks to my parents, I am the way I am. Oh, you walked the picket line a 6-year-old with dad at GM? That's crazy. Allowance? I ain't seen.
$5 a week. I was lucky.
I didn't have shit. I never had an allowance. The only time I started getting money was when I was in high school. And that was because I was a fucking athlete. And I was just like, I'd be hungry as fuck before I had a game or some shit. And that's the only reason I started getting money, because it was just like, let's make sure you eat before you got a basketball game or fucking. Nah, I ain't do that shit. In New York City, there was nowhere to fucking work at 16. Ain't nobody hiring you at 16. Even the fucking McDonald's wasn't hiring you at 16. Some people were able to. They ain't let me fucking work shit. I had some strict ass parents.
I started doing laundry for the whole house and cooking for the whole house when I was 8.
I ain't do none of that. I was the muscle and the protector. I was the only male in a house of 6 females.
You the oldest, youngest, or somewhere in the middle?
The oldest.
Okay.
So like I was the muscle. I lived on a fifth floor. Groceries, I brought them up. Somebody said something to my cousin, I fucked them up. That's how that shit was. It was like I didn't have that. I didn't have that. It was just like it was different. I lived on a fifth floor and I was carrying fucking 50-pound bags of fucking rice, no elevator up 5 fucking floors. Yeah, you heard the accent, the fifth floor. Pedro heard the New York accent right there, the fifth floor. That's exactly what it was. I was like, I lived on, and the thing is like for some reason my whole fucking family lived on the fifth floor. But then when you realize, when you lived in New York City, the higher up you lived, the cheaper the fucking rent was.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that, because a lot of my family lived on the fifth floor. I was like, why the fuck we always on the top floor of these fucking buildings? No elevators either. I had to walk up every single one of these motherfuckers. There was never a motherfucking elevator. And then you think about it, it's like, oh, shit. Why you think I was good at? I got my speed. I was the fast as fuck. See, I never thought about that. See, I just enlightened the shit out of somebody else. He was just like, damn, I ain't even fucking realize that. It was like, yep, that's what I realized. It was like, that's why they were higher up, because it was cheaper. If you lived in the first floor, it was more expensive because you were on the first floor. You didn't have to go up flights of stairs. You didn't have to worry about that. That was just like the higher up you were, the cheaper it was. So it was like, okay, because the thing is if you think about it, and then the thing is look, my mom lives on a 27th floor.
Shit. That better have an elevator.
Oh, it does, but them shits be going out. That fucking blackout in New York City when that shit happened, holy shit. That fucking sucked. That's all I gotta say to that.
I'm just gonna stay in my room style house and call it good.
Yeah, that's. I only got 2 floors. That's that's it. Fuck that. Everyone, my family's on the fifth floor. Elevators is like, nah, we ain't dealing with none of that shit. But that's what people don't realize. It's like you live on the fifth floor, you gotta lug everything up a fifth floor. And when you the only male and you taking care and there's fucking 7 people in the house? In the apartment? That's a lot of groceries that I gotta lug up. I had some strong motherfucking legs.
I'm just gonna say it. So I did Uber Eats and Smart Delivery for about 2 years
Mm-hmm.
till it hit my 100. Yeah, and down here, so many 4 and 5 floor apartments, no elevators, and motherfuckers. I mean, cases of water, cases of motherfucking water on the fourth. It's like, really, y'all motherfuckers, really?
Mm-hmm. Imagine doing that your whole life. I did that my whole life. Since I was born and I grew up and I could climb stairs, I've been going up 5 flights of stairs. That's how come I got fast, and that's how come I was able to have the hops I did. I was able to dunk at a young age because of how strong my legs were. Even though I always tried to jump and reach for other shit, but that's the only reason. I'm only 6 feet, but I've been 6 feet since I've been what 14. I thought I was gonna be like 6'5", 6 something. And I was just like I stopped. Well, the platanos helped too. It was just like, oh, so you gonna remind me? It was I was at 13. I've known Fayedon since high school, so but it was just like that shit. It was just like that's what it was. You just grew up that way, and that's it's just different. But I wasn't worried about being taught politics. Ain't nothing about politics. It was just basically, hey man, you got to pick this shit up, take it upstairs. Okay.
Politics either, but I would also say that for us, politics was completely finding out, doing the research that we're able to do now was not something we were able to do that.
That is also true. That is also a big difference between us and these Parkers and all these deans and all these people. It's just like y'all had the internet. Y'all had fucking shit. Y'all have Chat GPT. I had the fucking public library.
We had the public library with card catalog.
We had PBS.
Yeah, we didn't have PBS.
PBS. We didn't have the internet. We were the ones that created the internet. We were the ones that started with the internet. Bro,
I remember when the fucking challenge.
wow. That's awesome.
And not only did we have dictionary, we had the fucking encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yep.
I'm mad my fucking parents got rid of that shit. That was like you had to. Oh my man said. She said the Oregon Trail. What was it that we? What was it that we always caught? Dysentery or some shit and always died. But that's how come I think we all got so educated because we literally didn't have any reading material, but we had the encyclopedias, and that was our reading material. That was literally our research. You want to look something, you looked at the encyclopedia. You looked at it, and it gave you the description. And the thing is like you had those. Those are some of the books that my dad always made sure to have, and he always had them shits. The National Geographic, man, that was the shit. That was the shit. It was. It really was. It really was. Cause the thing is like since little I've always wanted to learn stuff, and then that shit always gave you information. That shit always gave you information. It was just like I wanted to learn stuff, and it was just like all I had to do was to pretend. If I thought about something or I heard about something on the TV, I would be able to go into that fucking Britannica and look into it and be like, "Oh, this is what this is." I was like, "I didn't know this." The Yes. Big ass motherfucking TV.
Yep,
Yeah.
my dad retired
From that?
my dad was one of the last people in the building when they closed it down.
Oh shit. That was my thing. My favorite store was Radio Shack.
That was my brother's favorite. Yes.
That was my favorite store because they always had some electronic. Hence why I probably have all the fucking electronic shit I have now. But yeah, that was definitely. That was just like that's the thing is like this generation didn't grow a blockbuster. I remember going to Blockbuster and getting a fucking movie.
And damn, you better not forget to rewind that mother.
That shit killed me. That shit killed me. It was just like, imagine that. Imagine now you got charged because you didn't rewind the bitch. What the fuck? But see, that actually pissed me off though. Now that we talking about that, cause now all them fucking movies we used to be able to watch no problem. Now we have the fucking problem that you gotta stream the shit and pay for it. What the fuck is up with all that shit? It was like I used to have a hard drive that had all the fucking y'all remember them LimeWire days and all that shit. I downloaded all those fucking movies. I got rid of them shits because I'm thinking, oh, streaming services. I'll just be able to stream the fucking movie. Nah, now I gotta look the shit up where it's available and talk about you can rent it for $3.99. Bitch, I was born before this shit was fucking done. I was just like, you fucking think I'm gonna pay for it now? Fuck out of here. This shit is outrageous. You say you have a blockbuster polo. Tower record. When you used to actually go into places and listen to the CD and you can listen to the CD, man.
Hastings Book, Music, and Video Store in my 20s.
Damn, those are the good days. I was like, I ain't even have to be on TikTok. I ain't even have to be on my phone because I could just show up to the fucking library and listen to shit. Hey, I got all my Blu-rays still might be cheaper to own. Bro, it is cheaper to fucking buy the physical copy. Because the thing is nowadays it's like they have the fucking videos or you have the movie or whatever and you have to rent it each time. Like, if I want to watch a movie and I rented it one time, I should be able to watch it any fucking other time I want to. Not talk about you got what is it that it always tells you is like you got 24 hours to start the movie and then you got 48 hours to finish it. Bitch, I just paid to rent the shit. Blockbuster would give me at least a week. I was like, now it's just like it's in fucking possible. And I was just like, because the crazy thing is I'm trying to show my kids a whole bunch of these fucking movies. Like all these old school movies. I'm trying to show my kids these movies. Like, hey, look, I grew up on this shit. And it was just like, rent for $4.99. Bitch, I had this shit for free. I used to watch this shit on cable. It was like I at least put it on cable or somewhere. It was just like, no, you rent it for $3.99. What was the movie I wanted to show my kids? Fucking Meteor Man. Y'all ever watch Meteor Man? The red boxes. Yo, okay, you just remember. He said, yo. Y'all know, I know I took y'all back with Meteor Man. I know y'all felt when y'all heard Media Man, you was like, damn, this motherfucker. Oh, Robert Townsend. Yep, Media Man. I wanted to show my kids. This is like, yo, this is one of the original superhero movies before fucking Iron Man and the whole Marvel fucking cinematic universe. Meteor Man or Blank Man. It was just like movies like that. It was just like you don't have that shit no more. Now you have to pay for a fucking. You gotta pay for a subscription to go watch a movie that you used to watch on Blank. I'm telling you exactly. The fucking Wayne's brothers, man. It was just like people don't fucking realize that shit. All that shit comes out and just like you Blank Man, Meteor Man, fucking you had a whole bunch of shit in those days. Yes. Damn. She said WPIX. Yo, Living Color is one of the greatest fucking things I've ever fucking seen. Homie the Clown? Come on, bro. You can't come up with. You, Twan, them old karate movies. Till this day, I am still searching for a fucking old kung fu movie that I used to fucking watch. And I can never fucking find it. Till this day, I'm 40 fucking years old and I still haven't found the fucking movie. It was like a fucking old kung fu movie that would come out at the late nights. I don't know, Pedro. I still don't know the name. I'm still trying to remember. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because I was a younger kid, but it was like a fucking man. Yeah. TV just ain't the same. It was an old ass kung fu movie that it was like a movie about a couple of fucking brothers and shit. And they would fight fucking like old kung fu, you know, with the old fucking slice and dice and all the fucking sound effects. I was just like, man, YouTube was only search. Yeah, shit. You ain't have that shit. People don't realize the fucking changes that have happened in the fucking world. Oh, Three Ninjas.
Sorry, I'm not.
Ninjas. Now, Ip Man is a lot younger though. Ip Man is a lot recent. Like this was like old school, old. Like it was like a kung fu. Like you know when a person fell into a pit, like you would see the fucking like blanket like fall down because they fell into the pit type shit. That's how old I'm talking. It's like old school, like 80s kung fu.
So sorry, I'm not. You know how living out here in the middle of fucking nowhere is. It's cold. What comes in the house? What finds its way in?
What's up, Jeanette?
And I had to go and get the glue trap that it was on and take it out because my daughter was too afraid.
I was just like, that's the thing. It was like growing up in the 80s. Like, bro, our generation, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. We have the best generation.
We did.
Story.
Are you considered a zennial though, Cruz?
I'm considered a 40-year-old, Gina. I don't listen to this whole millennial, Gen X, all this shit. You ain't gonna put my ass in no fucking label.
My name's I'll
I'm I fall into too many different criteria. Cause the thing is I grew up an old soul. I grew up listening to music that was in the fucking 60s, 50s, and 70s. Cause that's what my parents grew up listening to. So I had an old soul when it came to music. And then it was just like the amount of fucking disco music that was played in my fucking house. Like it was just nonstop fucking disco. And it was just like, y'all remember when they had the greatest hits CDs? Them greatest hit CDs. That's what I grew up on. Them greatest hit CDs. That it was just like they don't make them shits anymore. Do they still make them shits anymore? I don't even know if they make them anymore. Now you got fucking Spotify Wrapped type shit. You don't have to. You don't have. You don't have that shit. It was just like best fucking songs of this fucking thing, and you listen to it, it's like no, that's it. It still is the best music, Ohio. It hasn't changed. The movie from those time periods is still better than the shit coming out now. Man, them late night commercials would fucking be crazy. Nah, it wasn't the story. See, I just looked up the story of Ricky. Nah, it's not that. It looks even older than that. It was just like a straight kung fu, like dudes is in straight gis, just fighting and going through fucking like obstacles and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know. Not it was nothing like this. There was like it looked older than that. The shit that it was watching, it was like that shit was probably like 80s or some shit. When he used to sing it Bruh, it was just like it was just different, man. You grew up in that shit. You didn't have all these fucking things. Like now the fucking world is just going into subscription, this subscription, that. We ain't have no fucking subscriptions. We just got lucky to watch this shit because it came out on late night TV. Y'all ever, y'all ever watch Mad TV? Mad TV. Because they had Saturday Night Live and then they had Mad TV. Mad TV, man, he looking like a man. Yo, that was the one thing. Like, I thank that lady, cause that's I think the reasons why I was able to stay up later on that night. Cause my fucking mom would watch that shit and crack the fuck up. She would be fucking laughing so hard that it was just like, nah, we watching this next week. It's like we watching this next week. Next week we got this shit. The UPS guy. Yo, so I got this package for you, and I just gotta say, I gotta keep on moving, cause I gotta deliver, man. The movie you was talking about, Fearless. Let me see. Nah, that's 2006. It's way older. Like the movie the shit I used to watch was like fucking back in the day. That shit has to be like some 70s kung fu movie that came on late night or some shit and I was able to watch it. That's like UPS, bro. That dude cannot fucking stay still because he had to keep on moving. Like, oh my god! And he was like, deliver the package. It was just like you were so cool, man. That motherfucker, yo, Saturday night. Or Stewart, the look what I can do, bruh. Yeah,
As much as I would love to stay up, my alarm's gonna go off
you
in the
you
morning.
you got you got work tomorrow, don't you?
Yep.
Gina, have yourself a good night. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for coming up as always.
Have fun.
You
I'll
have
see you
yourself a
guys
good night.
tomorrow.
All right.
I like just saying, I like all that.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
For a lack I just need another 100% so I can go back to college and stuff.
That works. That works. That works. Shaolin versus Wu Tang.
Because I can't use my own chapter 35.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. That is very
And I
true.
already got all my student loans discharged.
Yep.
Not like I can have them discharged again.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
So see, that's like I said, I don't even. They can have whatever they want outside. I don't care. Like the Vegas tonight. We could do that.
Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. We're gonna get Vegas to do it. We're gonna get Vegas to do it. We're gonna get Vegas to do it. Vegas, I think, is a good pick. Vegas is a good pick. We're gonna go with Vegas.
I don't care if he wants to. Do you? We don't even gotta sleep in the same room. You can have your own bed in the house. I don't care. As long as you cook for me and mow the yard, we good.
We could. Hey, she said it, not me. So y'all already know. Y'all already know what she said. If y'all know somebody, just reach out. That's all y'all gotta do. That's all y'all gotta do.
Now they need to be legal and at least within a 20-year like radius of me. So just
That shouldn't be too hard. That shouldn't be too hard. He said Vegas got.
they need to at least be got kids. Their kids need to be close to mine in age because I ain't raising anymore.
You right about that. You definitely right about that.
I'm damn near done. I ain't doing this again. I am not doing this shit again.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I can have another one.
Well, that's what happens when you get pregnant at 35 years old.
I ain't trying to look. I got three. I got three girls.
Ah, you're a girl dad.
Yeah, I want a boy. Still want a boy. I would still like to continue the Cruz last name and have a junior. I would like to have that. But growing up in a house with six females, I know my odds is slim. I already know my odds is slim. I know that shit ain't gonna work out in my favor. I'll probably end up with like twin girls or some shit.
So before I go to bed, I have to tell you what happened. So my daughter's father has been married for almost 26 years. Now she is 17, almost 18. When we moved down here to Arkansas, we did the ancestry DNA. Guess what we found out at Christmas?
What?
That she has a little sister who's 13. And yes, he's still married. Although they are in the process of divorce. You would figure that he would have learned from the first one child, not to fucking end up with the second one.
I was waiting for that statement to come out of you. I wasn't gonna pull it out of you. I was just waiting for something to be said about that because it was just like I did the math and it was just like the math ain't mathing. Okay, just wanted to.
So if you're gonna do the ancestry, you'll be.
Oh no, I did the ancestry. I did that. No, I didn't do the ancestry. My sister did, and I am which I already knew. I'm part African, part European. I already knew that. Wasn't
So I am the
spots.
biggest majority of like Ireland, Scotland, Wales, got a little bit of German, a little bit of Danish, and interestingly enough, Benin and Togo. And I'm also 1% Ashkenazi Jewish.
Hmm. I am mostly Senegal. I think it's Senegal. I forget the other African countries, but I'm gonna go claim some shit over there.
My daughter's a little from African countries, but
You
like
said I'm the only
that's
two boys. I'm the queen of this castle. Nah, I got myself three fucking girls. I want another. I would like to have a boy. I would love to have a boy. I think a boy is. I would like to at least keep the
you know
cruise
it's
name
your fault
going.
you having girls, right?
What was that?
You know it's your fault you having girls, right?
I know. I don't mind it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it. I have three strong girls. I have no problem with that. I would love to have a boy just so I can continue the cruise name. That's it. That's the only big reason. So you can have my 14-year-old. I ain't trying to have nobody else's kids.
I'll lend you the 17-year-old for babysitting.
I can do that. That I don't mind. I don't mind.
In fact, she will be coming up to Fort Riley at some point around Valentine's Day
Okay, okay. I'll be here. I ain't
because
gonna go now.
her brother's stationed up there.
Oh, you got. Oh, okay.
Yeah, her older brother is stationed up there,
Nice.
and she's coming up so that they can have a Valentine's weekend.
That's nice. That's nice. That's pretty nice.
They
Yeah.
have a newborn. So,
Ain't much else to do in Fort Riley. I'm just saying. I'm just
no,
saying.
they were pregnant before they got stationed.
It ain't gonna be the only one. I'll tell you that now. It ain't gonna be the only one. Ain't much else to do in Fort Riley. Fort Riley ain't got much to do. Yeah, it's a very isolated place.
Yes, it is. But needless to say, like over Christmas while my daughter was visiting her father, they looked at her ancestry, and it popped up that she had that this person was either her niece or her sister. She has two biological brothers, half brothers through her dad, and both of those have little boys.
Okay.
She's got stepsisters, but those are not biologically, and those are the only nieces she's got.
Mm.
So, yeah. And I will admit that I did go to the mother's Facebook and stalk it a little bit. This little girl looks exactly like my daughter did at that age.
Oh damn. I see. I I made sure not to do anything like that. I got my three kids. Right now, I could only afford those three. I ain't trying to have no magical ones pop up out of fucking nowhere. Shit is not.
But if one popped up out of nowhere and was a boy, you would be mad.
I'd still be mad because I didn't know he was born in the first place. I'd be mad at that. That would be the part that pissed me off the most. That I didn't know I had another kid. That would piss me off more. But if it was a boy, I'd be happy. But at the same time, it's just like this kid been running around without my last name, or maybe with my last name without me knowing it. That'll just feel weird.
Well,
That should be
my
weird
daughter
as fuck.
wanted me to change her name. I'm like, how the fuck is she 10?
Like, nope. I have two and I'm done. Kids aren't cheap. Oh, trust me, I know. The reason I joined the military was because of my first daughter, my oldest one, and she
I was just
turns.
gonna say, keep the girls out of cheerleading. Keep them away from cheerleading.
My oldest just turned 16 2 days ago. And that's the reason why I'm in the military. That's the reason why I joined the military. Because of that one.
Yep.
Anything is fucking expensive. Have you seen the cost of fucking travel teams?
Yeah, and my daughter was on a travel all-star cheer team.
Mine is on a
Right.
volleyball team.
Mm-hmm.
These two is gonna be athletes because their mom, because that's from the previous marriages, my oldest one. This one, these two, I was an athlete. Their mom was a track star. So the genes is there, and shit. Like,
Pedro, you paid $400 for a bat. I paid $500, $600 for a fucking uniform.
right, I just like now. See, now I understand. Now growing up, I understood why my parents didn't keep me in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Now I
And
understand it.
I did that shit as a single parent.
Even worse. Even worse. I had both my parents working, and I was good at baseball. I'm Dominican. That shit is in my blood. It was just like it seemed like I was born with a fucking glove in my hand. But it was just like the shit got expensive. I was playing. I played the first league I started playing in was the fucking police fucking league. So our neighborhood in New York City, the police department, the precinct would hold things. I went from playing on the bench to the starting center fielder. And I just kept on playing, but then it got to the point where it's just like, we can't afford these fucking uniforms and we can't afford to pay for all this shit, the fees and all that shit to put you in a fucking league and all that shit. So then the next time I played was when I got to high school.
And not only that, especially with the traveling cheer stuff, competitive traveling cheer, I have to pay $160 for her to go and be in the fucking tournament or at the thing. And then I
Mm-hmm.
gotta pay another $40 a day for me to get myself in there to watch her.
This shit is ridiculous. But it's just like you do it because the kids want to fucking do it. So you fucking find, you make sure they in the fucking shit they want to do. That's the crazy
And,
thing about
you
it.
know, last year that she was in cheer, her team actually made it to Disneyland. Or not Disneyland, but to what they call Summit, which is Disney World.
Okay.
It's a week at Disney World.
We always find a way. We ain't complaining about it. The people that's complaining about it is the problem. It's just like, oh, this person, nah, bro. My kid is there. That's it. That's all you got to know. How they made it there? Don't fucking worry about it. I made the shit happen. Cause I wasn't complaining about the shit. I just made the shit happen. That's it.
No, I made it, and again, I made it happen. And just like her going to the private school she getting ready to go to, I was
Shit.
waiting for it to happen.
My kid was just in Atlantic City for this fucking tournament. Them fucking hotels ain't fucking cheap. That's all I gotta say.
No,
That's all I gotta say. This tournament she just had this weekend on her birthday fucking weekend was in Atlantic City. Shit
and
wasn't
that's
cheap.
another thing with the cheer stuff. A lot of the travel cheer stuff, it's like it's pay to play. I mean, but you have to stay at one of their chosen hotels, which are
Mm-hmm.
$200, $300, $400 a night,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like shit.
About the see now I know why motherfuckers own RVs. Yes, as in Jersey. Atlantic City as in Jersey. Yes. That same Atlantic City. She just had a volleyball fucking tournament there. I was just like this. Now I've gone to a bunch of the fucking shit over there. I've gone to a bunch of the shit in the fucking in Atlantic City. New York City I've gone there a couple of times, but it was just like I've never this was the first time that it was just like my kid was going to a tournament she was playing in Atlantic City. And I was just like this was one. And it was just like she's gonna continue to do this. So it's just like, all right, I may have to fucking put a stripper pole or some shit on this fucking in this room or some shit. Damn, this shit is so shit. Like, fuck, man, what
Hey,
the
I
fuck
know
is going on?
where I live in Arizona.
Yo, this shit is gonna have to happen. Like it was just like y'all seen me yesterday with the Only Dad shirt. It might turn into an Only Fan shirt. Keep fucking around with all this bullshit. Fuck out of here. Like
Bruce, if I'm gonna be doing that, I'm gonna need a free subscription.
you got me up here.
I'm a poor federal.
He said Pedro said see Pedro said he already got them feet pics ready to load up.
Well, here's the thing, Pedro. Like I'm 5'7", I'm not size 5.
I'm telling you. Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is if one day you see a pole up in here and I'm dancing, mind your business.
Mine's business.
Mind your business. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I got kids to take care of. Mind your fucking business. This shit is crazy. This shit is. She said they'll pay good money.
30 years ago.
She said I sold feet pics for $500. I'm in the wrong. I'm on the wrong platform. Fuck what y'all heard then.
Because I still have my
It was just like I'm in the wrong fucking platform. What the fuck am I wasting time on here for? What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It's just like, this should just say some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Who the fuck said? What did y'all say? What is, oh shit.
We
Oh
need
man.
to find a meet somewhere half an hour and fucking have lunch.
We will, Gina. We definitely will. It gotta be warm though. We can't do this shit in this cold ass weather.
Yeah,
Fuck this cold. Ain't doing this shit in the cold. Ain't doing all this shit. This shit crazy, man. It's a, it,
Pedro says it 'cause he feeds.
I was like, you gotta think of it. It's like shit. You gotta think about it. It's just like damn. It's just like the thing is if I had less morals, I would have more money.
We all
That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, if y'all see a pole just installed magically here, mind your business. That's it. This shit is just there for decorative reasons. It's for decorative reasons. That's why it's there. Decorative reasons.
be honest.
No, no, no. That's only on the OnlyFans that'll be. You need them LEDs. Make an Amazon wish list to just make sure my shit is on point. Oh man,
5 inch heels.
I ain't wearing no fucking that. No, cause then I'm gonna have nothing but MAGA in here. I don't want all that shit. Now that I think about it, it's gonna be nothing but MAGA subscribing. I was just like, I'm gonna make nothing but money because MAGA subscribing.
You know what? If we can make some money off of them,
Shit.
especially me and we can have me being your press secretary.
That's gonna be on the taxpayer money. That's gonna be on taxpayer money. You ain't gonna worry about that. It was like everybody that's in here, everybody that's in here is gonna be on taxpayer money because y'all gonna be part of my cabinet one way or another. I was like, y'all supported me before I became president. Y'all gonna be part of the cabinet one way. Y'all ain't even gonna like the fact that y'all gonna be part of the cabinet because I'm gonna just make y'all part of the cabinet.
Certainly qualified. Department of Veteran,
Nah, Gene, I need you as press secretary. I need you as press secretary because ain't nobody gonna tell you a motherfucking thing.
education. Because I do have a teaching degree.
We might put you as assistant director. You okay with that? You okay? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Or, I do assistant director and, press secretary.
Yeah, that I ain't got no problem with that. It's gonna be people gonna be able to wear. Don't worry, you gonna get two paychecks though, cause you're doing two jobs. We ain't doing this. You gonna have multiple hats on and only get paid once. Nah, if you doing two jobs, you getting paid two times. I ain't all about this. This we ain't in the military no more. Where you gonna have fucking 18 additional duties and get paid the same fucking amount. Fuck out of here with that shit. I went through that. I ain't doing that again.
You mean working at the VA doing 3 people jobs?
That too. That too. But at least with the VA, you getting paid more than I was paying as a fucking private to do all the fucking three jobs.
But, I mean, that 55K you're able
It ain't much, but compared to that 24K that private making doing four jobs,
talk about what I was when I was.
I can only imagine. That's what I'm saying. These people got a whole bunch of jobs and they only get paid one. Now we ain't doing that shit no more. It was like I'm gonna pay you your worth. If
And I
you
want my damn, I want my fucking healthcare too.
oh
The equivalent to what they use in the VA.
Gina, if I become president, nobody's paying for health care. Everybody's getting health care. I'll be the one that probably gets assassinated because of the fact that I give y'all universal health care.
Here's another thing that I think we need to do this too. We need to make medical school free.
Oh, that's already in the plan. That was already there.
Okay.
That's already there. I said that. See, Gina, we had this whole conversation, but you weren't there that night. Literally everybody in here, we had the whole breakdown of what I was doing, who was appointed to what was gonna be done in every department. I went through this whole thing. I gotta look. It's a couple of days. I have it somewhere on YouTube. One of those, and
I love how I was supporting the press secretary without even being there. And, 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 and,
the shit was it was a concessus, Gina. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There was consensus. Nobody disagreed. Everybody was just like, "That's a perfect pick." So that's why I said you the exact. That's why I said you should have been here because that's exactly what people said. That's exactly what people said. Exactly what people said. When I said Gina's our press secretary, everybody was like, "That's perfect." There was no discussion. We just moved forward with the next appointment because we already knew you had it. Like there was no question or nothing. That's what made it even funnier because it was just like, who was it that I think it was Southwest that was just like Gina for press secretary. I was like, that's the best fucking idea you came up with. I was just like, yep, agreed. That shit was just, we just stamped it, just marked it. That's it. We moved on to the next fucking appointment. We didn't need nothing. We didn't need nothing. That shit was just confirmed on the spot, and we just moved on to the next fucking appointment. And that's it. I was just like that. That was the one I was trying to figure out. That was the one I still don't know. I had to pick somebody that if they got rid of me, they would hate them even more.
I know it. Yeah, he is on TikTok, but I think we would need Mark Kelly from Arizona.
Shit, I'd be his vice president. Fuck out of here, me be president. I have him as fucking president. Fuck that. Fucking Mark Kelly. That's the American of American. You can't get more American than fucking Mark Kelly.
I'm just
I wouldn't. I would. I would be dishonored to actually run as president and have him as my vice president.
you're still gonna have me as the press secretary.
No, you still gonna be press secretary. That shit ain't changing. It would be a dishonor for me to be president and him be vice president. I'd be ashamed every day I stepped onto that fucking floor and said something. Now hell no. If Mark Kelly wanted to be president, I'd be his vice president. I'd do it. Hey Ohio, have a good night. I forget. It was just like that's why I don't do these late nights anymore because I know during the week people got to go to work and shit. And I was just like, but at the same time, it's just like I'll just join up and whoever's still up, they can come hang out. I think that's what it's gonna be mostly on the nights. That's what probably we're gonna do. We're just gonna do like these late night, like just hang out type, just relax, chill type streams. In the mornings, we'll talk shit about MAGA. In the evenings, just hang out, have a good time, de-stress, relax, and then do it that way. But have a good night, Ohio.
I am gonna also throughout my even though I'm already in bed.
Gina,
I'm
before you fall asleep and then your phone hit you in the face, get your ass to
I, I love that you all know y'all have been laying in bed with me for 90% of the time.
the 90% of the
I tell you how we sleep.
time. I'm just here because it's just like what I took a nap earlier because I've just been tired of shit for no fucking reason. So I took a nap earlier, so I'm awake now. So I'm gonna stay up. I gotta be up early to get the kids ready for school and make them breakfast and all that stuff. But I'll be all right.
You're a good house husband. You're still young.
Damn right, I'm a good house husband. I'm the best house husband. You ain't gonna find another one like me. I bet you not.
Well, I kind of had one for about a year and a half, but about 3 years ago, when my daughter was essaying, you didn't want to believe what had happened. So he didn't really want to husband.
Yeah, you run into those problems. Not all men are meant to be parents.
Nope,
Not all men are meant to be
nope, nope.
dads. Takes a certain kind of man to do that.
Yeah, even though he had 6 other children beside my daughter, even though not to say he was a father figure,
Okay. But
but
that's the one thing that's another conversation to have right there. That
and also whoever does move in with me, I like to keep the house cool both summer and winter, and I sleep with my fan on. I'm just saying.
yeah, I sleep with a fan on, and it's on.
But
I was like that on Wheeler in Hawaii. They had the airfield next to it. The only good thing about that was fucking the fact that it was just helicopters, so it wasn't as bad as fucking planes flying in all the time. But you had the occasional plane flying there here and there. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'd never do
we
that
had
again.
and C2s and E2s.
Yeah, nah. I did that when I was living in San Diego on the fucking on Miramar. The
That's
only
where I
thing.
was when it was still a naval air
Oh, that's where you were at.
station. Yes.
That's where
You're
I live.
jealous?
I live by Miramar. My ex-wife was stationed at Miramar.
Girl,
Hmm. Damn, that takes me back now. El Cajon, La Jolla, fucking the air. The
oh, it's been a long time. But there was a little Mexican burrito place just off the West Gate and Navy Federal.
when I was there, it was still there.
Oh my god, it was so good.
When I was there, that was still there. Out of that gate, yeah, that was still there. And then you had the dealerships right next to it. Yeah. Hmm. That was still there. But that was about 16 years ago, so I don't know if that shit is still there.
Oh, honey, that was 30 years ago for me.
So it was still there after that. It was still there after that because that was one place that was just like that was a few places that I actually went and got food and actually enjoyed around the base. So
So I'll even tell you, the barracks that I was in was literally right behind
one thing I didn't do was I did not venture much on that base. When I was there, I was off post, and when I went, it was like it was there was a friend of ours that lived like maybe a cup like a street off of like you see where the gate was, there was housing right there. That's where we had housing at first, and then we had off post housing. But the people that we did hang out with were right there by the gate, and I almost got caught smoking one time. um Funny story, funny. That was good time, good time. It was good time, it was good time.
well, all right, my friends. Good night.
You have yourself a good night, Gina. Have yourself an easy day at work tomorrow, and hopefully no more flare ups. And stay healthy, stay safe.
I'm trying.
I need you as press secretary. I ain't letting you go nowhere, so
All
don't try
right.
no craziness. It's like, yeah, man, that's what it is. I was like, that's what I think. That's what I think we're gonna end up doing. It's just like on the late nights. It's just like late nights. We just gonna hang out, bullshit and shit like that. And during the day, find out what's going on with the fucking world and shit like that. It was just like I was like, these chats are always fun and shit when you're always talking about some old school shit. Because the thing is, like I said, it's just like the people that tune into my lives are older generation, the older people. You in your 30s plus. You already an adult. You probably got a mortgage. You got life experience. So this all the shit I'm talking about isn't new to you. Anybody else that joins that's in a younger generation, all this shit is new to them. They don't deal with none of this. They don't see none of this. It's just like this is new stuff for them. I don't want the mortgage either, but the thing is that's the thing, Pedro. It's like that's the thing we gotta realize. It's like we're having a mortgage is setting it up for the future. That's what it is. That's what people don't understand. Having a mortgage sets you up for a future. Because the thing is we going through the fucking hustle and bustle to fucking make sure we pay these houses off. And we going through the hustle and bustle to make sure these houses keep updated. They have updated stuff. They got new water heaters, new washer and dryers, new plumbing, new bathrooms and shit like that. Why? Because we know we gonna pass it on to our kids. And that's the biggest reason why I did this. It was just like That's how you start that generational change. And that's what most people don't realize. Most people just stay in. That's why a lot of people in the cities and stuff like that, and families in the cities don't progress the way we do, because of the fact that they don't have that mentality, because they've been renting the whole time. If you've been renting a house the whole time, you don't own the shit. So if you pass away, your kids ain't getting that, because the fucking landlord is gonna try to screw you over and be like, nah, you can't pass this down to your kid. I pay for this bitch. this this whole thing, this it was just like, this is how it is right now. My room, my little man cave isn't a big man cave. The thing is I plan to fucking take down this whole area here, this whole wall. I plan on extending it and opening it up more. But the thing is it something that's necessary now? No. I got enough space to create. I got enough space to make videos, go live and stuff like that. I don't need to do all that. But it's different for everybody. Everybody got a different thing. Everybody got different necessities. But at the same time, it's just like, if you have a home, knowing that you can pass it down to the next generation. Yo, what up, Brian? It's just that's what it is. When you realize that it was just like, you could pass this down to your kids. That's the thought process that many people don't have. See, but that's the thing, Pedro. It's just like, you have that. Once you pay that shit off, or if it's done paid off, mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what it is with this home. It was just like, the reason this home, to me, I don't want to make it the rental, because this is the first home I purchased. Shit, this is the first home anybody in my family has purchased. I'm the, well, on my side of the family, I'm the first homeowner. So since I'm the first homeowner, I know that I'm gonna be able to pass it down to my family. I don't. This house is always gonna have a special thought. This house is never leaving the family. That'll be something that I put in my will. If you fucking sell this motherfucker, you ain't getting shit. Plain and simple, you get cut off. That's it. It was like, this is something that we accomplished, or I accomplished, with the sacrifices I made. And I want to keep this shit. You sell this bitch, you ain't getting shit else after that. Plain and simple. This is something that I sacrificed. This is something that I work for. This is something that I made sure my kids will be able to have. And that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. My kids is gonna have this. My kids is gonna have this going forward. No questions asked. All you're gonna pay is property tax. So that alone elevates me from the past generation of my family always renting, to now I'm doing the sacrifice for this generation. And then the next generation, all you gotta do is pay property tax. Then from there, by then, I'm gonna have multiple fucking homes, and you're gonna be able to pick which one you wanna live at. And the same thing is like, once you go to college, I got 2 more years to fucking save up as best I can. Once that oldest one decides she going to college, wherever the fuck she going at, she owning that. And that's the thought process that most of us have to have. Make sure to fucking pass it to the future. I don't give a fuck if she got to sign a 50-year mortgage, because that's what's gonna save the economy, right? The 50-year mortgage. Nah, my kid is gonna have that shit paid off in 15. Cause mine is paid off. So theirs is gonna get paid off even faster. And they're gonna buy another one. Oh, I forgot. I'm a veteran too. VA home loan. God damn. Joining the military has its perks. I'm just saying. The bad part about it is I can barely fucking walk at times. I get migraines all the fucking time. I need to sleep with a fucking machine, but hey, as long as my kids ain't got to worry about it, that's the whole purpose of it, right? All these people didn't gain their wealth just overnight. This shit took time. They made sure to pass it down. They made sure to learn. They made sure to They made sure to change the laws. I'm just following the law. I ain't breaking the law. I'm just following the law. That's it. People need to understand that. Hold on, give me a second. And that's it. I was just like at the same time, it's just like I have YouTube, I have Facebook. This is also building up on it. I was just like I'm not doing these lives only just because it's just like I do care to make sure that people are aware and people are learning and people are influenced by this. But at the same time, it's just like this is something to pass on to the future generation. This isn't something I'm just making just to do. Like that's the thought process that people need to realize that a lot of the stuff you do is not that. And the funny thing is like most people don't even watch the YouTube. And the thing is this is all gonna be recorded on YouTube. So that's the big thing about it. Like all you have all these big name streamers, all of these people didn't happen overnight. It took time. It took struggle. It took only having 18 viewers. It took on YouTube having no viewers. But after some time, it's just like people are gonna follow me and people are gonna listen to me, not because I want to lead them. Because I have no problem leading people. I have no problem doing that. I have no problem leading people. I was in the military. I led people for some time. I led people more than I thought I should have fucking led people. But that's the thing. It's just like you just gotta prepare for the future and build up your future. If you're not doing that, you're not doing it the right way. Once you have kids, it's no longer about you. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's no longer about you. Once you had those kids, you the last priority. You got to realize that you got to learn what's going on for the future priority. And that's your kids. If you can't understand that, then. But I'm not gonna get pushed out on YouTube or on TikTok like that because I make too much sense. I make sure to try to educate people. I try to give people information that they shouldn't. I wouldn't say information that people shouldn't get. This is information everybody should have, but at the same time, most people ain't getting this information because it's not viable to them. That's on them. So, what you want me to do? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I was like, cause I'm not talking no political shit or nothing like that. It's just like that shit is exhausting, bro. It gets exhausting. So you just gotta relax, chill. Have people up on the panel. If people want to come up on the panel, they can come up on the panel. They can request. If you're a person that's been here, if you're a person that's here all the fucking time and you want to request to come up, just request to come up. I got no problem with having you up. Sometimes I will say that, I'm gonna have people, I'm gonna just, I gotta get these thoughts out of my head. So I may not have any guests or I may not have anybody on the panel. But if you somebody that's here, somebody that's been rocking with me for the fucking longest, and you got something to say, you want something you gotta announce, you got something you wanna say, like to publicize something that you doing or something like that, I got no problem with you coming up and publicizing it. I got no problem with that. I'm here to support y'all the same way y'all supported me. That's one thing y'all gotta understand. That it was like if you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. If you got something you want to announce, like, hey, you open up this new business, you starting this shit, hey, bro, just come up and say something. But it's not gonna happen to somebody that just came here the first time. I never seen your name. If I recognize your name, all you gotta do is request. Like with Gina, you seen Gina. I've seen Gina so fucking long, and I've spoken with Gina. Gina has come up, especially when it came to talking about veterans and helping veterans. Gina has come up, and Gina just be like, "Hey, let me up." I let Gina up every damn near. I think there might be like maybe like 2 or 3 times where I have not let Gina up, but Gina will just be like, "Hey, Cruz, let me up." Invite. That's it. I don't ask no fucking questions. Cause if Gina gonna say something, it's gonna be something that's gonna help somebody. That's it. Gina did, like I said, Gina, I'm gonna end up meeting up with her at one point. Plot, my man, plot. How you been, brother? Plot, how you been, my man? I haven't seen you in a while, Plot. How you been? How them books going, man? That's another person here. Plot been here since, phew, Plot been here since like day one. But that's the thing. If people want to come up and people want to do that, if it's somebody that rocks with me and you've been supporting me this whole time, if you got an announcement to make or you got something to make that you want to publicize, just come up, man. Just request up. I ain't got no problem with letting you up. Cause the thing is you've been doing the same by supporting me, whether it's by gifts or showing up to the live or being here. I ain't got no problem with that. If you got something to publicize, something to push out, do it. The same way I did like with Southwest when she had the issue with the 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 people on the reservations that they weren't getting enough funding to make sure that they had warmth for the winter and they needed like firewood and stuff like that. I let her come up and speak on it. I even fucking shared the fucking live that the people were doing about. I got no problem doing that. It's all about helping people. That's the whole point of these fucking the whole point of these fucking lives is to make sure people are taken care of. It's not about fucking being mad at MAGA, being mad at liberals. I can't stand this country sometimes. I just like that's the thing. It's just like Pedro, like you a service member also, and that's the one thing I've always the one thing that always stuck to me in the military that for me was the most important thing that I've ever fucking learned was you're only as strong as your weakest link. Since day one, like I said, my drill sergeants, I appreciate the fuck out of those two. Drill Sergeant Nazardine and Drill Sergeant Brantley. Them motherfuckers made me a great fucking soldier. Cause they made sure to emphasize that. You are only as strong as your weakest link. That's it. You don't need anything else. If you have that mantra towards life, towards anything, you are only as strong as your weakest link. If you fix your weakest link to be strong enough to defeat whatever it is bothering them, you already better off regardless because that's a part of your team. That's a team member. That's a person that's already doing this to benefit you because you just benefiting them. And that's one of the biggest things that I ever fucking stuck to. That's one of the biggest things. You are only as strong as your weakest link. And once people understand that, and people really, really understand the thought process and the thinking behind that, everything is achievable. Everything is possible. You can accept and you can create and you can develop and you can fucking acknowledge shit that you don't really do. But that's the thing. Most people have a simple minded mentality where it's just like they just want to be for themselves. No, if you're a part of a team, you got to make sure your team is doing good. Because when your team is doing good, your team does whatever it needs to make sure you good also. It's a back and forth thing. It's a respect thing. It's a mutual thing. But most people don't understand that. And that's the one thing I've always, it was just like you're only as strong as your weakest link. Just fix it. Just be nice. Just help people. They don't have to agree with you, but you can help somebody even if they don't agree with you. If a fucking person that's MAGA is fucking struggling to fucking eat, even though I can't stand the thought process you have, unless you fucking racist, you starving. Be honest with you. If you racist, you starving. I don't give a fuck. But if you just fucking MAGA because you thought of a thought process or you believe in this and that's fine. I ain't got no problem. If you hungry, I ain't got no problem giving you food. I'll never fucking hesitate to give you food. I'll never think twice and be like, you know what? This motherfucker shouldn't eat. Now, if you racist, starve. If you a piece of shit, starve. But if you a person that just don't know the thing, I was like, nah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like that's the thought process that this country needs to get better at. It was just like, I don't give a fuck if I disagree with you. If you hungry, here, bro, here's a plate. That's it. I don't care if you voted for Trump. You could have voted for Trump all you wanted, but you hungry and you don't got a way of getting food, and I got food, I'm gonna give you food. That's it. It shouldn't be that tough in this fucking country. It shouldn't be that hard. It was just like, yeah, I don't agree with what you got to say. I think you want this to happen, you want that to happen. Fine. If it's not based off racism, because it's easy to tell if you're being racist, I can work with you. I'm not going to agree with everything you say. Nobody will. This country wasn't built on just agreeing to everything. Nowhere has it ever been just like, you know what? He said this, so I'm gonna have to agree. Nah, fuck that. You could be mad at me because I said something. I understand that. But if you gonna use it to fucking denigrate, be fucking condescending, and be fucking ignorant, that's a whole different thought process. That's a whole different value that you don't have. And it's just like you just gotta continue to. It's like I don't know, man. It's just like Pedro is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get into these points and you start looking at these things. It's like, damn. It's like you got people that just hate to just be hateful. And then you got people that love to just be loved. But the people that get the attention aren't the people that get love or give love. It's the ones that give hate. That just needs to change in the fucking world. That's it. You don't like something, that's cool. You can say you don't like it. But it don't mean you have to go after people to do it. And that's the thing. The founding fathers made this thing because the thing is they knew that everybody was different. You left the fucking UK because the UK didn't agree with what you were, but you didn't want to come to this new country to make it that you didn't have people like dislike you because of what you were. That was the whole thing. And that shit has been lost in fucking translation the whole fucking time. The whole fucking time. And co-hosting. Oh damn, who's this? But she just ended it. She in the middle of a park somewhere. It was just like I don't know. It said that I was just like invite people as co. I don't know. I was like I was trying to see somebody's fucking thing because it was just like they came up and it says invite Valeria to Montez to co-host now, and she was like, "Damn, this motherfucker speak English. I don't fucking." I gotta get the Pedro. I gotta get the TikTok gods on my side. I gotta get the TikTok gods on my side because TikTok gods don't like me no more. I have to pay my sacrifice, I guess. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's what it is. It's just like I'm gonna keep being myself. I'm not gonna change that. Like I said, I already gave y'all my keyword. If I've been captured, is the best way of saying it. If I've been captured, y'all know why. And I'll say why I've been captured. I'm not going to be captured. I'm a person that just wants to see everybody in this world do good. I've been in bad places. I've been in bad thought processes. I've been in places where I wouldn't want my worst enemies to be in. And you learn from that. You learn from those experiences. You learn from those things that sometimes the hatred that you may have towards somebody isn't really worth it. Hopefully, MAGA listens to me. I know they won't, but hopefully, they realize that hatred isn't the way. It never was. It was never meant to be. It was put in place for you to be upset at a moment, but then to learn from that moment. That's what hatred is all about. Learn why you are mad. Explore why you are mad. But then understand why you shouldn't stay mad. Because then you look like Caroline Levitt, or you look like this administration. Just mad, old, and soggy as shit. Whew. Flu season is a bitch, and that's all I say. But as always, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and as always, Soggy. Soggy probably sleep because he got work in the morning and shit. Shout out to Soggy, shout out to Vegas, shout out to Pedro, shout out to Relleno, shout out to Gina, shout out to Southwest, shout out to all y'all that y'all always over here. Always here, always supporting me. I appreciate y'all. Can't say enough. I'll continue to be the person I am. That is not gonna change no matter who the fuck bans me, no matter who the fuck restricts me, no matter who the fuck tries to report me. I appreciate y'all, and I can't say that enough. And as always, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, and love one another. And stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. I'm just Cruz. I appreciate y'all. You have a good rest of your night. Have a good start to y'all Wednesday. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace. Appreciate you, Pedro. Have a good one, my brother. Night, Tish. Gotta end it here because, what is shit at? Hold on. TikTok always got me going and shit. I think these 2 hour streams is good. Just keep it like that.